2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 when I woke up. I've just been laying on the bed with the dog. She's happy. Give me that. So she's happy. Had the camera on earlier. Instinct told me to turn it on. Just as I turned it on, a police car was just going just past the house. Don't know where from, don't care. Remember, there's been a lot of stupidness going on lately, and I'm not involved in it. So, stay the fuck away from me. Don't bring your nonsense to my door. Yeah. Primed and active before the threat got here. So, we're just waking up, aren't we, Roxy? Got washing to put away. Still got to get washing up liquid, but improvising. One scoop of Java. It's getting cleaned up in here later anyway, so. Looks a bit fucking weak, doesn't it? I'll get a stick of cappuccino in it and all. What else did I want to do today? So I'm just checking if I can sort it out. Don't think I have. Need some adhesive. Wood adhesive. Oh well, next time I nip out I'll get some. They do it in Poundland. Find out if Tyler's about today. If he is, I'll stick the bike on the back of my bike and take it over there for him. See if he wants to have a little ride about. Give his dad a bit of headspace. Go on then, Roxy, up you get. Good girl. There it is. Douche, douche. Look at that. Happy girl today? Dear. Right, back to me audio book I was listening to.
Ground on which each side has liberty of movement is open ground. Ground which forms the key to 3 contiguous states, so that he who occupies it first has most of the empire at his command, is a ground of intersecting highways. When an army has penetrated into the heart of a hostile country, leaving a number of fortified cities in its rear, it is serious ground. Mountain forests, rugged steeps, marshes, and fens, all country that is hard to traverse, this is difficult ground. Ground which is reached through narrow gorges, and from which we can only retire by tortuous paths, so that a small number of the enemy would suffice to crush a large body of our men. This is hemmed-in ground. Ground on which we can only be saved from destruction by fighting without delay is desperate ground. On dispersive ground, therefore, fight not. On facile ground, halt not. On contentious ground, attack not. On open ground, do not try to block the enemy's way. On the ground of intersecting highways, join hands with your allies. On serious ground, gather in plunder. In difficult ground, keep steadily on the march. On hemmed-in ground, resort to stratagem. On desperate ground, fight. Those who were called skillful leaders of old knew how to drive a wedge between the enemy's front and rear, to prevent cooperation between his large and small divisions, to hinder the good troops from rescuing the bad, the officers from rallying their men. When the enemy's men were united, they managed to keep them in disorder. When it was to their advantage, they made a forward move. When otherwise, they stopped still. If asked how to cope with a great host of the enemy in orderly array, and on the point of marching to the attack, I should say, begin by seizing something which your opponent holds dear. Then he will be amenable to your will. Rapidity is the essence of war. Take advantage of the enemy's unreadiness. Make your way by unexpected routes, and attack unguarded spots. The following are the principles to be observed by an invading force. The further you penetrate into a country, the greater will be the solidarity of your troops, and thus the defenders will not prevail against you. Make forays in fertile country in order to supply your army with food. Carefully study the well-being of your men, and do not overtax them. Concentrate your energy and hoard your strength. Keep your army continually on the move, and devise unfathomable plans. Throw your soldiers into positions whence there is no escape, and they will prefer death to flight. If they will face death, there is nothing they may not achieve. Officers and men alike will put forth their uttermost strength. Soldiers, when in desperate straits, lose the sense of fear. If there is no place of refuge, they will stand firm.